and then we will try to respond to you as soon as possible and as best as we can. Jadi session kita ni santai-santai lah. Tak ada ni sangat lah, tak ada sangat. Kopi talk, kopi tak ada. Kopi mana kopi?
Kopi saya sendiri lah.
Empat lagi nak kira bancuh.
Tu Puan Syah apa ni, semua apa staff apa yang saya edit semua ada kat sini kan? Puan Syah.
Hari ni staff marketing sahaja.
Itulah yang saya edit semua ada dekat Melaka ni.
Saya ada di Melaka ya.
Itulah. Saya tengok semua ada kat sini.
Dah ada 4 minit lagi.
Prof, share slide kita.
Boleh share slide. Puan Syah ni rekod ke Puan Syah?
Kita akan rekod kalau nak.
Boleh kita rekod sebagainya. Tapi dia live stream dekat Facebook ke lah?
Ya. Nanti pukul 10 Dr. Azmi create audience dulu ya.
Okey, baik. Suara saya jelas tak?
Okey, jelas.
Cuma nanti dalam sesi sebab kita punya sesi Prof Talk ni open to public.
Itulah.
Nanti suddenly ada gangguan nanti kita tak tak perlu panik lah. So,
kita
tak minat handle.
Okey. Bawa nak tanya tu. Saya tengok dah macam ada yang pelik-pelik ni. Itulah. Boleh remove lah kalau tu.
Ya boleh.
Okey. Tak boleh, dulu kena terima kan.
Di dalam.
Okey.
Okey 2 minit lagi. Balloon streaming okey. Doktor boleh mula.
Okey.
Maklum start streaming.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and salam sejahtera and good morning to everyone. Welcome to this coffee talk session, especially on discussion on our topic today, which is quality improvement through Industry 5.0 paradigm shift in manufacturing. I'm Dr. Azmi Muhammad, Program Director for Master of Quality Management, MQM, from Faculty of Technology and Applied Science, OUM. And today I'm truly honored to be moderator for this coffee talk session for in our discussion today. And this coffee talk is actually meaningful as we explore the transformative landscape of Industry 5.0, examining its substantial effect on manufacturing and more specifically its role in enhancing quality improvement and also quality standard. And today we are honored to have an expert with us, our guest speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Khairur Rijal Jamaludin from University Teknologi Malaysia ataupun UTM Bazak, Faculty of Technology and Informatika. Assalamualaikum, Prof. Selamat pagi. Yeah. Okay, so Prof will share. Surely he will share his knowledge and expertise for our understanding of Industry 5.0 and also its impact on improving quality. And also joining me as a co-moderator is TS Muhammad Tajul Zaman, who is the Program Director for Bachelor of Manufacturing Management, BMMMG. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Okay. Good morning.
Okay. So our coffee talk is set for around 1 hour, and after Q&A between moderators and the speakers, Dr. Khairul, then we will open for Q&A from the audience to our speaker. So get ready with your question and keep that coffee warm. So let's make this next part interactive. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our guest speaker for today, Associate Professor Dr. Khairur Rijal Jamaludin. Dr. Khairul holds a PhD in Manufacturing Engineering from University Kebangsaan Malaysia and a master degree from University of Warwick, United Kingdom, and a bachelor degree from University Technology Malaysia. And his academic journey is completed with a wealth of practical experience gained during his tenure at Proton, Malaysia. And at Proton, Dr. Khairul played a very important role in the engine and transmission department, where he spearheaded a plant capacity upgrade and the establishments of a new production line for the new engines. And now he joins University Technology Malaysia in 1997, and Dr. Khairul has been influential figure in academia, contributing significantly to the field of manufacturing engineering. And currently, Dr. Khairul appointed by the Malaysian Productive Corporation for the Industry Forward Readiness Initiative. And Dr. Khairul assessed the readiness level of Malaysian SME toward smart manufacturing Industry 4.0. And today he will share insight into the status of Malaysia SME also, and the factors inhibiting their further progress in this transformative journey. Okay, and also he published many research articles in journals in the field of artificial intelligence in quality engineering, especially using Dr. Genichi Taguchi approach. Okay, so let us begin. Without further ado, let's kick off our conversation with our first question. Dr. Khairul?
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
We know that technology has become more important than ever before, and there is a greater demand for technology and innovation, driven by new challenges that are more challenging for business and industry. And new technologies, part of Industry 4.0, and now Industry 5.0, like robotic, AI, machine learning, VR, cloud engineering, and so on. So actually changing how business works. And this revolution will replace routine job, emphasizing the need for smarter talents to ride the wave of the digital transformation. Okay, as we embark on our discussion about Industry 5.0, could you enlighten us on what is Industry 5.0 and how it differs from previous industrial revolution? Additionally, could you share the current status of Industry 5.0 adoption in our country, Malaysia? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Azmi. Welcome everyone to this coffee session. So basically, frankly speaking, we are not, Malaysia is not up to the 5.0 yet, but as a preparation for us to embark into 5.0, so I would like to share with you what is 5.0, Industry 5.0, all about. Basically, if we were to compare with Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0, Industry 4.0, it is emphasized more on the technology, integration of human intelligence and creativity of the machine. So Industry 5.0, it is actually combination of the Society 5.0. We include human. So what I can say is Industry 5.0 represent a new phase of technology in the industry that emphasize close collaboration between human and advanced technology, particularly in manufacturing. So before I go further, I would like to share with you this slide. Beginning from the Industry 1.0, there was mechanization, by water, by steam power in year 1800. And then in 1900, early 1900, we were introduced Industry 2.0 because there was an introduction of electric power. Henry Ford started to introduce the mass production in Ford Motor and so on. That was the Industry 2.0. In Industry 2.0, there are electrical power system, mass production and assembly line, but they are not controlled by computer system until Industry 3.0, somewhere in year 2000, where we adapted computers in the automation for the automation in our production line. So now, people talking about Industry 2.0. So what is the difference between 3.0 and 4.0? 4.0, when we have the computer system, which initially in the factory, they are connected to the world. When they are connected, and then they have seamless integration that enables us to transfer our data using Internet of Things, and then we utilize all the data that being transferred to the cloud server, for instance, for prediction, classification, and so on, using machine learning algorithm with the help of the physical system. That is Industry 4.0. So as we see here, we really need internet connection. We really need the connectivity in two-way or multiple way connectivity in the 4.0. Unlike Industry 3.0, the computer system is localized. Localized computer system in 3.0, worldwide connectivity in 4.0. As we see, most of our SME, they are stuck at Industry 2.0. if you notice, many of our SME, they are just implementing mass production using electric power system or mechanical system locally in the factory without having any computer system, except they use computer system for keying spreadsheet data. That is our dilemma now. But now, everyone in the world are talking about Industry 5.0 because that is a probably adaptation from the Japan, because Japan are talking about Society 5.0. So what is Industry 5.0? When we have human-robot collaboration, cognitive system, and customization based on what customer needs. Basically, you look at to the slide, Industry 5.0 represent the next phase of industry development, focusing on close collaboration between human and advanced technology in manufacturing. So this is what I've mentioned before. What happened in the first 1.0, 2.0. I mentioned about Henry Ford introduced the mass production in their production line in the US and so on. And this is on the 3.0. Some big manufacturing company in Malaysia, for example, Proton, they have this kind of CNC machine automation, but that is not 4.0, that is 3.0. And this is about 5.0, when we have the interconnectivity using internet to the factory, and it is collaborated with the artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, data analytics, cloud computing, and so on. That is what we call 4.0. And generally, the key characteristics of IR 4.0, when we have the technology advancement, when we have the global impact, and labor social change. So what is the promise for Industry 5.0? We expect in the 5.0, we have a collaboration of people and machine. Human collaboration in a real time. 4.0 is a real time also, but in 5.0, real-time data sharing with human collaboration and decentralization decision-making, and it's enable us to harness the full potential of human and machines. Unlike 4.0 is on machines only, but 5.0 is combination between human and machines. And another thing is the advanced technology. The key technology to drive Industry 5.0, actually is similar cyber physical system like 4.0, but this technology will empower us for higher level of productivity and quality. And it must be a collaboration between human and machine. So with 5.0, even 4.0, this is what we're expecting. We expect quality will be improved, and we able to produce what customer expecting very quickly, and we have very high flexibility in order to provide what customer expect. And with the 5.0, we expect the machine have more understanding about human, about customers, because we expect during 4.0, they have gathered sufficient data, and then the algorithm for the artificial intelligence is much smarter. So in the 5.0, we expect that the system or the machine can give more satisfaction to the customer. So if we were talking about this flexibility and customization, so probably is might relate with the digital twin, where in the digital twin, the data analytics will enable us to predict what our customer expectation in the real time. So then the machine can quickly produce what expected by the customer. So now food industry also talking about 3D printer for the food. So when they know what customer are craving outside there, so the machine can produce what kind of food that customer wants, and then the marketing can start to ring the bell to get more customer. So when people are collaborating with machine very closely, unlike Industry 4.0, we can enhance the worker satisfaction. And also, we can eliminate more waste and we become more efficient as our OEE will be improved. And another thing pertaining to Industry 5.0 in the quality control and assurance, we expect by revolutionize our industry to 5.0, our quality control will be improved by merging all the data analytical capabilities of human with human judgment and problem solving. So humans still important here. Some people might say, oh, when in the new era, Industry 4.0, human is no longer needed. That's wrong perception, because if we were to talk about artificial intelligence cannot think by its own without us to teach them what to make, what decision to make, what are the consideration to make decision. So we have to teach the system. So humans still needed. So when we talk about quality control and assurance in Industry 5.0 or perhaps 4.0, human judgment is still important, because our human brain made by our God is more powerful than the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is man-created. The algorithm is created by us. So with this collaboration, allow a real-time quality monitoring, so we can detect and make correction immediately when we have quality problem, and we can address the complex issues in the manufacturing, or perhaps if we have a non-standard issues with the big data that been captured since 4.0, we can make judgment to solve the non-standard issues. So ultimately, it will improve the product quality and reducing error. So customer is very important. Since 4.0 also, one of the measure in our industry forward measurement for industry is the customization, the degree of customization. Because customer needs always changing, it's very dynamic. Now we have the opportunity to capture, to analyze the customer sentiment using artificial intelligence. And the world is opening now. We can have the algorithm to capture the keywords, and we can use a thematic analysis to analyze the sentiment of customer. So in 4.0 and 5.0, we can get the real-time adaptability and customization. We can produce whatever customer needs straight away without having to do the conventional market survey, because the algorithm can tell us what the customer wants. Even there are designer also, shoes designer, commercial product designer. They can produce a future design using this data analytic, using artificial intelligence. So politics in Malaysia also, they use artificial intelligence to understand the sentiment of the voters. So with this industry revolution, it will help us in terms of the customization, in terms of producing what customer wants that leads to the customer satisfaction and enabling the market differentiation. So with this, it will help us on the real-time adaptability, and we can also optimize the process with the data analytic that we getting in the real time will help us to identify what are the process parameters, what are the important variables, important needs by the customer that can be provided by the industry. I think that's all to answer the first question, Dr. Azmi.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Khairul, for providing a comprehensive overview of the Industrial Revolution and also Industry 5.0 and its status. So the emphasis on human-machine collaboration and the unique principles of Industry 5.0, crucial aspect to explore. Building on this, it would be insightful to explore into the practical implication of human-machine calibration, as you highlighted the benefits, particularly in improved quality and enhanced productivity. My next question naturally aligns with this theme. Could you share more about how does Industry 5.0 emphasize on human-machine collaboration, improve quality control and assurance process in manufacturing?
Thank you, Dr. Azmi. It can improve the manufacturing quality if we have enough data. So the issues now, perhaps our dilemma, everyone wants to improve themselves to Industry 4.0 because we have a deadline for that, 2035. This is not Malaysian deadline, but the whole world. If we are not improve ourselves, if we do not improve ourselves to Industry 4.0, we will be left behind. Later, I will explain about the constraint, the problem with our SMEs particularly. But the whole world industry are dilemma actually, whether they should embark to 4.0 or not, because they are not ready in terms of the foundation. The foundation for Industry 4.0 is data. Many years, industries making production or industrial design or R&D in the company, for example, they are doing design, but they never kept the digital data. That's our dilemma. We have lack of data. If you remember, in Asia, somewhere year 90 something, they introduced 10 ringgit flight ticket with a motto, with a slogan, everyone can fly. If you remember that. It is impossible to get flight ticket with 10 ringgit. But whether we realize or not, somebody is sponsoring for that. Why? Because in our entire life, they are going to get our data. Similarly to e-hailing. If you remember, when e-hailing started, introduced in Malaysia, the e-hailing drivers, they got a lot of benefits. Even customers also can get much cheaper services from the e-hailing. So who's sponsoring that? Is someone who wants to buy the data. because data is very important for 4.0. So if we want to talk about quality, about customer satisfaction, we need data. Previously, the product development companies, when they want to understand the customer need, they use Twitter. So using the algorithm, for example, Python programming, we can capture the keyword from Twitter, and then we can make a thematic analysis. But now we cannot get the data from Twitter anymore because of the new CEO taking over Twitter. They do not allow that. So, but we can get any other data from other social media and even newspaper. So with that algorithm, we can understand what are the sentiments of the customer. So our problem is with the data. And many of our SMEs, even GLC also, and some of the multinational company in Malaysia, they are stuck at the level of 3.0, and the worst case is in level 2.0. Is that answer your question, Dr. Azmi?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Khairur, for highlighting how industry 5.0 emphasize on human-machine collaboration and significantly impact quality control and quality assurance in manufacturing. So for the next question, I think I would invite T.S. Muhammad Tajus to
Okay, thank you, Dr. Azmi.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. So I want to look at the from the Malaysian local perspective. So we have assessed many SMEs, small medium enterprise in Malaysia regarding their readiness, their preparedness towards IR 4.0, and especially with our policy, industry forward. So can you share with us your view regarding that, regarding industry forward and also our readiness?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tajul. In the real scenario in Malaysia, what I must say is we are not ready. That's really frightened. We are not ready towards Industry 4.0 because of our foundation is not there. It's the data. But that's about manufacturing. But in other industry in Malaysia, for example, politics, finance, I think they are not in the big problem, or probably digital marketing. They are not in the big problem. Manufacturing, yes, because most of our industry, they are still traditional. So what are the factors that hindered our manufacturing to adopt Industry 4.0? First, I would like to share here is lack of awareness and understanding. When I visited SMEs in Malaysia, majority of them, 90%, more than 90%, they do not know what is the 4.0, Industry 4.0. So they thought automation is 4.0. No, automation is not 4.0, because automation is just localized. They have computer system, but it is localized. CNC machine, having CNC machine, it's not 4.0, it's 3.0. So they do not understand what are the 4.0, and then they do not aware. That's why in MITI, we are assessing their readiness. But now the program has been stopped. Yes, forward, so they will come up with another program to facilitate the adaptation of 4.0 in our SME. And another factor is the financial. So under MIDA, they have funding to help the SMEs to get the ball rolling towards 4.0. It's just a motivation to get the ball rolling. But most of our SME, they expect fully funding to get them adopt the industry 4.0. That is a problem. So they have limited financial resource. Talking about lack awareness and funding, this is not just a Malaysia problem. The whole world, even in Japan, their SME also having this kind of problem. And skill. Although we have a lot of training institution, but still we do not have sufficient skill. Why? As we know now, in this era, our young generation, they are not interested with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They like to go to the non-STEM program. So that's a problem. So we need skill. We need people to help us towards digitalization, towards 4.0. But they don't want. They don't want to learn STEM. And enrollment to the university also declining nowadays. Not just the university, to the skill institution, declining. Probably because of the starting salary. After they graduate, the salary is very cheap. This is what we ask them. Why don't you further your study? Or if you further study, we have to take PT, PTN, or the tabung kemahiran negara and so on. So after we finish, you have to pay the tabung, but salary, the starting salary is cheap compared if we work after SPM, 3 or 4 years later, we can get better salary. So that is a dilemma now. But we couldn't pay them high starting salary because we are taking risks. We do not know what they can perform. And salary must be based on the productivity. What is the productivity nowadays in Malaysia? You can check with MPC. Our productivity is declining. Later, I will show you the slide. And this is a problem as well. When I assessed the readiness in the SMEs, some of the SMEs, they do not have even landline to facilitate the high-speed internet. They do not have fiber optic. They do not have the 5G, even 4G. I visited one factory in Malacca. I have to go into the jungle, the brick factory. They expect us to assess their readiness on the 4.0. Definitely, they are not ready because they do not have the infrastructure and connectivity. So this is our dilemma. But now, government has improved. Many places we have 5G connectivity, but there are still many of our industry area we haven't got a good internet coverage. And data security is a concern by the industry, especially industry that develop their product. They're afraid of the data security leak. Yesterday, I read Sinar Harian, dated 1st December 2023. Government urge 13 golongan pengguna untuk mendaftar sebagai syarikat pemproses data with the government. So now government is taking initiative to enhance our data security. There are 13 agencies, 13 kind of businesses. They are required to register with the government for data security. And comfort zone. This is another reason. comfort zone. They don't want change. Many times when I visited the SME, they are first generation, second generation, and sometimes third generation. The problem with the senior generation, because they want to see the quick ROI, return of investment. I spend my money a lot, but what is the return? So they want quick return from the cyber physical system that they develop to enable this initiative 4.0. So they don't want to change. And they like to remain in the traditional business. They are making water heater. Okay, water heater, just simple water heater. We don't need to understand what customer needs. We don't have to automate our factory, then get connected with the internet, acquire data, and so on. So they need change management in the industry. They need culture transformation. And another thing is more technical, where we have a complexity to integrate with the existing system. Our machine sometimes cannot integrate with another machine, cannot integrate with the cloud server, and so on. We have integration problem, and this requires investment by the company. Because in 4.0, we need to have the seamless integration. So when seamless integration, the infrastructure must understand to each other. The machines must understand to each other. And regulatory and compliance also a challenge. Regulatory by the government. So we have to adhere to the local and international regulation related to 4.0. Maybe it's time consuming, it's a challenges to the SME. Regulatory support by the government, support by the government also important. So SME really need this support. To embrace to 4.0, this is global competitiveness, and we need innovation and adaptation by the company. So remember, the due date is 2035. So I think that's all to answer the question by Dr.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Just from my own personal perspective, I can see that in our local manufacturing, I think the reason why we are so gung ho regarding moving to IR 4.0, as you notice that IR 4.0 it becomes very popular during our time of lockdown, Malaysia during COVID-19, and then surprisingly for me, even currently I already asked my friend who is an owner of a manufacturing industry SME. I was previously, he said to me that he has problem regarding he doesn't have any Bangladeshi worker, so he said he wanted to implement IR 4.0. So right now I asked him again, hey, are you still preparing for your IR 4.0? He said to me that no need lah, because I already have my Bangladeshi worker. So I think maybe our industry, if Prof check again the company, the SME, I think maybe they are reverting back to their previous punya IR 3.0, IR 2.0. I just wanted to ask you, so maybe is it possible that is it that IR 5.0 is more suited for Malaysian industry compared to IR 4.0? Maybe we can jump from IR 3.0 to IR 5.0 ke? Boleh ke, Doktor? Sebab because even if you look in our education industry, previously maybe kita tak adopt IR 4.0 apa, but then tiba-tiba ada AI, ChatGPT, and then Mid Journey, tiba kita terus masuk ke tu, macam lebih kurang macam IR 5.0 lah. Is it possible? I don't know. Maybe you can share your opinion, Prof.
Basically, if we were to answer that question, 5.0 requires what we already have succeeded in the 4.0. We already have the seamless integration. We have real-time prediction using artificial intelligence. We have sufficient enough data to enable us to utilize the artificial intelligence. So when we have all the intelligence, we have all the connectivity, then we need human. We human with good mentality, good value system to work together with the intelligent machine, intelligent system, seamless system. So we can, at this moment, if we stop our initiative toward 4.0, forget about 5.0. We are not going to achieve that because we do not have good cyber physical system in place to enable us for the 5.0. Yeah, you understand what I mean, Dr. Taju?
Understand.
Yeah, you are correct. When I visited, my friend also, when we visited industry just after COVID, or perhaps during COVID, we made online assessment. They are complaining about labors. They need labor because, they need 4.0 because they do not have enough labor. But now the door is open, they can get labors. So those traditional industry, they think that, okay, we no longer need 4.0 because we already have labor. But there are industry who really think outside the box. They want to get the new design, new product based on what customer preference. They need 4.0 because data from the customer. And paying labor is costly because we have to pay levy and so on, and then we have to deal with the mentality and so on. Unlike when we have the good artificial intelligence system, good IoT, good cloud computing and so on, those kind of things can help us doing our work. For example, to detect. For example, in one factory I visited, they are doing recycling plastic to detect whether it is PE or PP. They use digital camera to detect, and then they have algorithm to make comparison between which one is PP or PE. So if we use labor, sometimes labor can make mistake. And sometimes labor, they have their mood. But using this artificial intelligence with the IoT, they can perform without having getting headache with the labor. Similarly to one company I visited, they use AI to do the prediction for corrosion type 1, type 2, type 3. So human AI will always make a mistake. So they need to use AI, artificial intelligence. So what I want to say is in sectors that requires value, they really need 4.0, but they need support in terms of finance, in terms of knowledge, infrastructure, and so on from government, actually. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. I would like to go further. This is our status now. This is our dilemma as well. Although we are now provided the 5G internet, but our digital competitiveness ranking for Malaysia is declining from year 2022 to 2020, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Our ranking is declining. But now we
Sorry,
are
Prof.
waiting for the 2033. Yeah.
Prof, ada soalan from Rosita. Boleh ni ke? Boleh jawab ya,
Boleh
Prof.
ya, saya tak nampak.
Okay,
soalan.
Rosita, please. You have any question? Oh, tak ada. Dia ni kot terangkat tangan kot. Okay, tak apa. You continue, Prof.
Okay. Okay. Kalau you lihat ranking, so this is the status as compared to our neighbors, Malaysia, Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, and Hong Kong. We are far left behind. If we were to compare with our next neighbor, Singapore and Malaysia, sebelah je. We are left behind. Kita ranking 27 in 2021. Singapore ranking number 5, Hong Kong number 2 in terms of digital competitiveness. So what are the measure to measure the digital competitiveness? There are 3 factors: knowledge, technology, and future readiness. That's why we are doing the readiness assessment for our SME, because we want to see their readiness. After this, I will show you the result of the study. So if you look at to the ranking for these factors, perhaps we go a bit academic here. In all ranking, we are declining from 2021 to 2022. Knowledge declining because our young people, they don't want to learn STEM. They don't want to go to the university. And technology, because of economic downturn, industry afraid to invest to the technology, so we decline. And of course, because of the COVID, because of they don't have enough money, and government also focus on other things rather than technology development during pandemic. So our rank for the future readiness also decline. So this is our overall ranking in 2022. Knowledge, previously it was 25, 22, 25, 29, and 31. And the measure for the knowledge comes from talent, decline, as I mentioned just now. Training and education also decline. Scientific concentration also decline because no student would like to learn STEM. So scientific concentration decline. So this is our dilemma. What you want to do? Technology, regulatory framework decline. Capital decline. Technology framework decline. Future readiness, adaptive attitude decline. Business agility decline. But we improve only one, IT integration. So we are waiting for the result in 2023. Probably they will release next year. So this is the status for knowledge, technology, and future readiness from 2018, 19 until 2022. As we see here, initially we improved from 2018, 2019, but then declined in 2021, 2022. Everyone are blaming COVID. So I don't know whether COVID should be blamed or not. And this is comparison between digital competitiveness and digital ranking and the competitiveness ranking. As you see here, our competitiveness little bit improved on 2021, but now it's declined in 2022. So usually when the competitiveness improve, the digital competitiveness should improve because Singapore is one of the most competitive country, and they are number one in our region. So this is Asia Pacific. Everyone are declining. So what are the overall strength and overall weakness for Malaysia? So these are our strength. We have graduate in science. There are graduate in science, but we have less people pursuing STEM in the university. The graduate, maybe graduates who come from the lifelong learning, for example, from the Open University, or they pursue PhD after we have Mind Brain 15. So we have more graduate in science because of that. And we have more women in degrees. Other thing, we are not so good. Scientific and technical employment, we have problem. Because we produce a lot of graduates in science, but many of them, they don't want to work in the scientific and technical employment. And this also affecting our productivity, because in productivity, there's a one measure that to count the productivity, it is talent who work in the productive sector. When we produce many engineers, for example, who should supposed to work in the productive sector, but they don't want to work in productive sector, they work in other area, for example, e-hailing. So then we have the decline in terms of the productivity, as well as this digital competitiveness ranking. And communication technology, I hope by 2023 and 2024 it improved, because government has improved the 5G. But remember, other country now, especially Korea, South Korea, they expect to launch the 6G in 2028, while Japan is expecting to launch their 6G in 2030. But now Malaysia is starting to know, to utilize, to use the 5G. High-tech export, okay, good. In Malaysia, starting business, we have problem. This is weakness. And internet retailing also we have problem. So our government start to give some encouragement. Privacy protection by law content, but we have improvement. Our strength is on the government cyber security capacity. So we can go through the Malaysia World Competitiveness from this document. So this is result what we have gathered from our readiness assessment. 35% of the SME, they have the IoT, means they have sensor that connected to the internet, but only for CCTV, and some for fleet tracking, especially the company that deliver their product to other places. So fleet tracking CCTV, yeah, they equip with the IoT, then connect to the internet, but the rest no. So still lacking. 44% they use cloud computing, but majority 80% of them use this cloud computing only for storing document, photo, and videos. For example, we use Apple iCloud, we use Google Cloud to keep the document. But we expect them to capture data from the manufacturing to the cloud. But they are doing other things. 50% use data analytics but 70% out of this 50%, they still use spreadsheet. When we ask them about data analytics, they say, oh, they have data analytics, but it's actually not actual data analytics, but it's a spreadsheet. They never use Power BI, for instance. So 62% of the SMEs, they are not aware about the incentive provided by the government to adopt digitalization. 40% of them, 40% of 38% aware, but they do not apply incentive. 40% aware, but 38% of them not apply incentive. Only 2% from those who are aware, they apply incentive. So we have huge room for improvement by our SME. 80% company, they are at lowest level, level 1 and level 2. 80% of them, they are at conventional and newcomer. The rest, they are at learners. They are learning. They start adopting, but they are in the beginning stage. I think that's all to answer your question, Dr. Tajul.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Khairul. So may I proceed, Mr. Tajus? Or you have...
Okay. Okay. Proceed.
Proceed. So, okay, Prof, I think we go to the final question before we proceed with the question and answer from our audience, because there are some questions also from our audience. You can, Prof, answer this in very brief, to my next question. As we absorb this strategics, it prompts us to reflect on the broader landscape of industry 4.0. Moving to our next question, Dr. Khairul, looking ahead, how do you foresee the role of quality management evolving in the context of Industry 5.0, and what skill do professionals need to thrive in the changing landscape? Okay, please.
Thank you, Dr. Azmi. Very brief. What they need to learn about technology integration, because quality management use technology like AI, artificial Internet of Things, real-time monitoring, cloud computing, and then of course not to forget data security. So they need to learn more about the technology integration, and then human and machines integration, because people will look closely with machine. Human input still needed, so human must be more ethical when they deal with this intelligent machine. And how to customize customer needs. So engineers need to learn about how to customize the customer needs, how to do the customization. For example, as I mentioned before, the simple example, 3D printing for food. Immediately, they can invent food that needed by the market. So there are a lot of manufacturing. For example, car. For example, in Germany, Mercedes-Benz and BMW, they start to customize their cars for customers. So how we are going to do that customization? And eco-friendly quality. So we have to give more attention to make product sustainable and eco-friendly. Data skill is really needed. Now we have micro credential in UTM, perhaps in Open University, in Asia also they're providing micro credential. So we need people to take up that opportunity to improve their skill for data analytics. And we have to always learning, improve ourselves, and not to forget communication skill also important, because when we talk about Industry 5.0, human has to work with machine. So ChatGPT, for example, we have to have more ethics and be more aware about ethic and how we must learn also how to communicate with the AI to enable us to get the appropriate information that we are expecting. That's my answer, Dr. Azmi.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Khairur, for sharing your insight and knowledge on this 5.0, 4.0, and industrial revolution as a whole. Now, I would like to open the floor to our audience for question and answer session. So, you have, if you have any question for Dr. Khairur regarding our topic today, so you may ask him. So, we open the floor for Q&A.
Okay, from the messages, from Cheong Kang Woil. So his question is that SNIT, mostly many people are in demand that demanded that IT should know everything from A to Z, even though they are not from the IT field. So mostly we gain resource to an industry 4.0 on our own with numerous trial and error without nobody assist, and this make us difficult to adapt. So Prof, can you share? And he said that this will scare away any new joiner.
If I can translate the question, perhaps it's related to the competency, right?
Competency of maybe he's in Mr. Chong.
Sorry, Prof.
Yeah.
Actually, the demanding is because like we need to know from A to Z, because the assumption from user that we are required to know from A to Z. So even though like we are in a support field, like maybe the hardware support, network support, but they are also a requirement from the user that we are required to know the programming as well. So if you don't know, then they will have another mindset that we are useless. The second thing is, to adapt 4.0, we do not know, many of us, right, still have lack of awareness how to apply it. Like, for example, there's many companies offering us a numerous type of software. So we are required to trial and error on our own. So that this will cause, at the end, it will slow down the industry 4.0 in the company, because we need to try and then fail and then try again. So there's a lot of problems, something like this. So this is facing by IT.
I try to answer your question. Basically, when people start to talk about industry 4.0, there are predators outside there. They are coming to us selling many kind of software, and not all the software are related to our purpose. Similarly, if we Google training opportunity provided by Germany, or even in India also, they're providing training for industrial automation, IoT, artificial intelligence. So that's why industry, they must have a knowledge also to understand what their needs, what they really need. The software, those predators and those are selling software or system, so-called 4.0, they might come to us and propose a lot of things, but we must understand also the needs of our industry and also our customer. So we need to do the preliminary study, to do the, what we call it, literatures, to understand what we really need. Berkenaan dengan dilema, issues IT people, users expect IT people ni dia boleh buat macam-macam, betul kan? Itu your question kan, Mr. Chong?
Yeah. Sebab itu, saya rasa kebanyakan murid pelajar sekarang telah takut sebab mereka tahu pengalaman kita dan ramai yang refuse to join ID field.
Yes, sebab yang nak buat IT ni, yang dia employ oleh company, bila masuk ke company tu, semua orang dalam company tu expect dia boleh buat macam-macam. That's why company itu sendiri perlu ada juga sistem untuk enables them gain the technology skills. Technology skill ni evolving from day to day. So they have to improve dan dia perlu juga diberi peluang untuk enhance the competency melalui webinar training provided by the technology provider. Kalau kita lihat sekarang ni banyak website yang offer yang their training related to the 4.0 dan saya tahu bahawa ramai graduates yang habis daripada universiti tu they have lack of exposure in terms of building up the cyber physical system for 4.0. Sebab masa dia belajar di universiti itu banyak menggunakan data repository. They do not even expose how to connect the sensors, IoT devices to the controller and then untuk enable the real-time data acquisition. Yang tu dia kena improve lah dan saya tak nafikan juga there is improvement juga yang perlu dia buat oleh higher institution of higher learning berkenaan dengan perkara ni. But always budget always a problem. Jadi user di industri tu dia tak boleh expect IT guy ni boleh buat semua benda lah. They require support juga untuk improve their competency. Bila semua orang dalam company dia seorang dua orang di IT tapi semua orang expect dia boleh buat semua benda, itu yang create orang tak nak kerja dalam this kind of high tech punya industry ataupun high tech position dalam company. I think I can I have answered your question, Mr. Chong.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
No. Is there any question?
Okay, ada question lagi. Before that, I just wanted to remind everyone to fill in your Google form for attendance and feedback, and also to provide you guys with the e-certificate. So next question from Lois Yu. Prof, may I know which country SME have implemented Industry 5.0? Ada tak negara yang dah implement 5.0 ni, Prof?
Frankly speaking, it's just a concept. 5.0 is just a concept. Konsep saja. Sebab kita adapt framework Japan Society 5.0. But it's just a concept. 4.0 masih lagi di peringkat learners. Jerman mungkin dia dah advance sebab itulah dia yang introduce industri 4.0 sebab dia nak attract German brand ni balik ke Jerman untuk buat manufacturing di sana rather than di luar. Kebanyakan country masih lagi struggling about this 4.0. Even Japan pun SME dia masih banyak lagi yang traditional. Banyak lagi. Saya tak boleh name industri tu lah.
Betul, saya perasan juga tu. Jepun dia macam prefer macam bertulis lagi and then fax machine pun ada lagi.
Mesti pakai envelope lagi.
Betul. Okay, next question daripada student ni. So yang ni student from in terms of perspective daripada OUM punya student lah, and then dia punya prospect. So what advice would you give to this OUM punya student in order to prepare them for the future of manufacturing dengan quality management ni, especially for OUM lah, macam open distance punya learners ni kan?
Ya, betul, Dr. Tajo. Bagusnya OpenU ni, dia provide opportunity for lifelong learning. Kalau kita lihat tadi, scientific graduate itu datang juga daripada lifelong learning ni, sebab orang muda dia tak nak belajar. Bila dia dah penat belajar, bekerja tu, baru dia nak belajar bila dia dah umur dah above 30s. So OUM lah platform dia. Tetapi walaupun you all dah bekerja, tetapi you kena tahu bahawa your industry still conventional. Our industry kat Malaysia ni still conventional. Mungkin ada orang marah kat saya bila saya kata we are not at the level of 3.0 pun. Very few yang ada 3.0. Sebab 3.0 ni just ada computer, local computer system saja dalam company, dalam factory. Dia ada local. Bila ada local, tak ada two-way ataupun multiple way data transfer tu, seamless integration. Dia belum lagi 4.0. Jadi untuk pelajar OpenU ataupun alumni OpenU, you have to gain technical skill as much as possible, especially AI, IoT, data analytics and automation. There are a lot of macro credentials. There are a lot of online training provided. Even India juga provide online training dan fee dia affordable for us to learn about, for example, industrial automation to improve our capabilities. Lepas tu, dapatkan hands-on experience. Kalau ada yang pejabat awam, baru-baru ni PMX ada nyatakan bahawa dia sebut pejabat awam perlu diperdaya majukan menerusi latihan dan pendedahan dalam bidang khusus bersama pihak swasta ataupun universiti terkemuka selama 6 bulan atau setahun. So dia umum bajet 40 juta untuk inisiatif tersebut. So this is opportunity for us to get hands-on experience. So company ni sepatutnya, if there are company owner here, SME owner probably, you can buat macam OJT untuk staff you to work elsewhere in your probably partners ataupun friends yang ada this kind of facilities abroad untuk mereka dapatkan hands-on experience. Then teknologi sentiasa berubah. Saya nak highlight TS, kalau ada yang TS kat sini, this webinar session 1 hour you can get CPD for your MBOT to continue your MBOT registration. So you have to always update it. If a professional, TS, IR, they have to keep their CPD because they have to keep updated. Technology improving from day to day. And soft skill also important. When we talk about 5.0, it's about human and machine. So kita kena improve soft skill kita dan kita juga kena fokus on the sustainability in manufacturing. Networking is important. As professional yang working dalam industri, kita tak boleh work in the silo base. We have to utilize the LinkedIn, we have to utilize all the platform yang ada dalam social media ataupun dalam internet ini untuk kita network supaya kita boleh dapat bantuan teknikal daripada rakan-rakan kita yang lain. Contohnya siapa yang buat programming, Python programming for example. If you have difficulty, kadang you punya programming tak boleh run, you can ask in the internet. There are group, forum dan sebagainya untuk bincangkan, untuk bantu you. So to enable you to do this, untuk dapatkan improve your competency, networking dalam social media ni juga adalah sangat penting. Dan certification also important. So please take opportunity to get a micro credential certificate. Walaupun you graduate from the OpenU, please embrace on the lifelong learning. Be open for change. Sekarang ni kita baru saja nak kena 4.0, dah ada 5.0. Lepas tu kita tak tahu apa lagi yang ada. Dan seek diverse experience. That's my advice to the OpenU student.
Okay, thank you Prof. Okay, maybe ini kot saya akan bagi dua soalan yang terakhir ni, mungkin Prof boleh jawab secara ringkas kot dua ni. Okay, ada satu daripada Ravi Kalai. Dia tanya, Prof, macam mana dekat China, Prof? Kat China kira consider as industry 5.0 tak? Okay, itu soalan pertama. Dan yang last question ni adalah, ni panjang pula soalan dia ni. I am from water operator from our experience. Okay, saya akan ambil soalan ni kot. Okay, dia cakap basically we need less manpower which give us more opportunities to reduce cost in long term. So macam mana dia nak balance antara apa ni bila less error in system. Okay, new technology provide opportunity to have less error in our system which mostly error caused by human. So basically we need less manpower which give us more opportunities to reduce cost in long term. So in your opinion, how to balance this? Yang nak balance antara manpower dengan ni kot, dengan cost.
Okay.
Dan yang tadi yang first tadi tu yang China lah.
China.
Okay, thank you Prof. Okay, that's the
China,
last question.
they quite advanced sebenarnya. That's why Amerika pun scared of China. In terms of 4.0, there are many company in China, dia dah adopted to 4.0. Ada company yang buat digital twin daripada market, dia boleh understand market needs on kasut. Dia boleh keluar kasut daripada dia punya 3D printer. So that's 4.0. Tapi dia belum lagi 5.0 sebab dia tak ada human collaboration. Sebab human collaboration, we need a value system. Okay, talking to the second question, mengenai reduce cost, the purpose of quality improvement is to satisfy customer by minimizing the variance, the standard deviation, minimizing standard deviations towards what actually customer want, dan juga at the lowest cost possible. Toyota selalu highlight, Taichi Ohno selalu highlight produce car at the lowest cost possible. So lowest cost. Manpower doesn't mean increase cost. Having manpower doesn't mean increase cost. But if we give them competency, we improve them, and then dia tak buat mistake, kita dapat reduce cost. Dalam industri, memanglah kita perlukan teknologi, so-called kita nak eliminate all these humans supaya kita dapat reduce manpower as much as possible. But we still need competent manpower yang ada brain yang very intelligent to help us for the quality improvement. Sebab this good brain come from human, dia akan teach the system, the machine. Jadi untuk tell us which part ni ada defect ke tidak adalah human. Sekarang ni limitation kita ialah artificial intelligence, they still have limitation. Kalau siapa ada yang bekerja dekat company yang ada vision camera sebagainya, AI tu still buat silap lagi. That's why we still need human. That's why industry 5.0 diperkenalkan. Ada satu company yang buat spices after they being assessed by industry forward, dan dia buatlah improvement, dia menggunakan dana intervention fund by Maida. Dia dapat buat satu tu untuk detect chili, untuk dia buat spices, good chili or bad chili. They use artificial intelligence. They told us that to teach the system to become smart enough, we have to teach like teaching a baby. You bayangkan, you teach baby sampai dia umur remaja, berapa lama nak ajar? So we need lot of data, dan data itu akan disimpan dekat server. Server pun kita ada limitation. You bayangkan beberapa image dalam masa beberapa saat, berapa gigabyte, berapa byte data yang perlu dihantar. So that's the constraint sebenarnya. That's why in terms of quality improvement ni, we still need human. That's why lah industry 5.0 diperkenalkan. Tetapi we cannot reach 5.0 sekiranya ekosistem for 4.0 tu tak put in place. I hope that's answered the question.
Okay, so terima kasih Dr. Khairul for your answer to our audience question. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our coffee talk session. So I want to express our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Khairur Rijal Jamaludin for sharing his expertise on Industry 5.0 and impacts on manufacturing and quality improvement. Okay, a big thank to our audience also for engaging question and active participation during the Q&A. Okay, so I think that's all for our coffee talk session today. Thank you very much to everyone really, spending your time with us on this weekend. Okay, thank you for being part of this coffee talk. Wishing you success in your journey, and goodbye and take care. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera semua.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Terima kasih.